Imagine waking up every single morning with the absolute certainty that today holds a new opportunity for you. Not just another day of the same old grind, but a genuine chance to finally pull yourself up from the average crowd and step into something much bigger, something that looks a lot like fortune. The truth that most people never want to admit is this: success is not some exclusive club that only lets in a lucky few. It is not about being born under the right star. Consider two different guys. They have similar talents, similar backgrounds, similar opportunities even. One of them goes on to achieve immense success. He turns every challenge life throws at him into another stepping stone. The other guy just stays stuck in mediocrity, completely shackled by his own doubts and his self-imposed limitations. What makes the difference between them? It is their mindset. It is that internal compass that is guiding every single decision they make and every reaction they have. Most people just drift through life. Let us take a real look at the destructive power of negative thoughts. Doubt and fear are the silent assassins of ambition. When you constantly feed your mind with doubts like, I cannot do this, or I am not good enough, or this is just impossible, you are building invisible barriers all around yourself. These barriers get stronger every time you repeat them. Pretty soon, even simple tasks start to look impossible. What set those people apart was not the resources they had right away, or even just their intelligence. It was their exceptional ability to control what they thought about and to build powerful mental habits. They trained themselves to see opportunities where everyone else just saw impossible challenges. They conditioned their minds to stay completely steady in their beliefs, even when spiritual, to stay completely steady in their beliefs, even when the whole world was doubting them or just dismissing their ideas. These exceptional individuals understood something fundamental. Along with that, using affirmations can really reinforce this whole mental conditioning. Regularly tell yourself things like, I am capable, I am resilient, I create solutions, success comes to me easily. At first, saying stuff like that might feel kind of fake or weird, but if you repeat it enough, it will start to sink deep into your subconscious. It will slowly reshape how you see yourself, and that will start to influence your actions, so they naturally line up with those new beliefs. Step number 2 is to set goals that actually scare you. The people who stay average, they set small goals. They are aiming for comfort. They settle for what is easy. They pick predictability over any kind of real growth. They go out of their way to avoid discomfort, risk, and uncertainty. But the people who build fortunes, the ones who carve their names into history, they set goals that make them uncomfortable. They set goals that stretch them way beyond what they thought they could do. Success is not one single moment of victory. It is a whole series of relentless actions that you take, one after another, over a long period of time. But here is where most people mess up. They rely on motivation to get them through. Motivation is fleeting, man. It is there when you wake up in the morning, and it is gone by the afternoon. It is easy to feel excited about a goal right at the beginning, but real success comes from discipline. But let us take this even deeper for a minute. Let us talk about the fear that comes along with big goals. Here is the truth. Fear is inevitable. If your goals do not scare you at all, then they are just not big enough. But fear is not actually your enemy. Fear is a sign that you are pushing yourself beyond the edge of your comfort zone. It means you are stepping into territory you have never been in before, and that is exactly the kind of place where real growth happens. Most people look at fear and see a stop sign. Step number 3 is to develop relentless self-discipline. Here is a harsh truth that you need to hear. Most people know exactly what they need to do in order to achieve their goals, but they just do not do it. They let their emotions call all the shots. They say things to themselves like, I just do not feel like working out today, or I do not feel like working out today, or I do not feel like waking up early this morning. These thoughts are the silent killers of all progress. But here is the real question you have to ask yourself. Are you controlling your habits, or are your habits controlling you? Most people live their whole lives in reaction mode. They just let their habits dictate where they end up. They wake up and the first thing they do is scroll through their phone. They procrastinate on everything. They make excuses. They never stop to realize that their daily routines are leading them, step by step, down a path straight to mediocrity. So how do you actually build this kind of discipline? You start small. Discipline is not about making massive, overnight changes to your life. It is about making small, consistent choices every single day that add up to significant results over a long period of time. You wake up when you said you were going to wake up. You stick to the commitments you made to yourself. You push yourself to do one more rep at the gym. You work on your goals even when you really do not feel like it. These small acts of discipline, they add up. You have to take full ownership of your life. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to do the work for you. If you want success, you have to take complete responsibility for your actions, for your choices, and for your results. Stop making excuses. Stop blaming your circumstances. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment does not exist. The only moment that actually matters is right now. In the end, success is simple. It is not easy, but it is simple. You do the work, you stay consistent. This same principle applies to any area of your life. Your finances, your health, your relationships, your personal growth. If you surround yourself with people who lack ambition, who have no discipline, who have no hunger to be successful, you are going to struggle to build those qualities in yourself. We are social creatures. We mirror the behaviors of the people we are around, often without even realizing it. Success is not just about what you know. It is also about who you are learning from. Information is everywhere. It is abundant. Anyone can read a book. Anyone can listen to a speech. But just having knowledge is not enough. It has to be reinforced by being in the right environment. Being around the right people speeds up your growth in ways that just studying by yourself never could. You pick up insights that you never would have thought of on your own. This does not mean you have to cut people off in a harsh or disrespectful way, but it does mean you have to be very intentional about where you're putting your energy. You owe it to yourself to be around individuals who lift you up, people who challenge you, people who challenge you, people who inspire you to become the very best version of yourself. One of the most effective ways to upgrade your environment is to go out and find mentors. A mentor is someone who has already achieved what you are trying to achieve. Another critical factor to think about is energy. Energy is contagious. Just like negativity can spread like wildfire through a group, so can ambition, so can enthusiasm, so can determination. The people you are around influence how you feel emotionally and mentally way more than you probably realize. Have you ever noticed how, after spending time with someone who is highly motivated and positive, you walk away feeling energized and inspired? Step number 5 is to take massive action. Most people never make it because they get completely stuck in a cycle of preparing to do something without ever actually doing it. They read all the books. They make these elaborate vision boards that show a perfect picture of the life they want. But when it comes time to actually take real, tangible action, when it is time to step into the arena and fight for what they want, they hesitate. They wait. They tell themselves that they need just a little more information. They need a little more time. The world rewards the people who are willing to take risks. It rewards the ones who step outside their comfort zone, even when fear is gripping them tight. Because here is another truth you need to know. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is taking action even while you are still feeling afraid. It is understanding that fear is always going to be there, but you do not have to let it make your decisions for you. Letting fear dictate your choices is what keeps you stuck exactly where you are. So what is it that is holding you back? So you need to decide right here, right now. What is one single action that you can take today, immediately, that will move you one step closer to your goal? Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, whether it is picking up the phone and making that call, sending that email you have been putting off, writing the first page of that plan, going to the gym, launching that project you have been thinking about, whatever it is, you have to do it now. Stop overthinking everything. Stop doubting yourself. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because every moment that you waste sitting around waiting is a moment that you lose forever. Success is not just about having great ideas. Ideas are everywhere. Ideas without action are completely worthless. The difference between the people who make it and the people who do not is always execution. It is the willingness to do the hard work. It is the willingness to do the hard work. It is the willingness to keep going when things get tough. It is the willingness to push forward when all the odds seem to be stacked against you.